What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Shadow Cloak has been buffed and they've completely changed it once again. So it's still a toggle though, but this ability and the shadowy disguise morph now only disable your magic recovery while you're actively moving while either ability is active rather than during the entire time. These abilities also cost half as much when active and you are stationary. So that's good news for gankers. So if you're not moving, it's not going to eat into your recovery as much. It's going to be a lot better. And obviously when you're moving, that's when it's going to start ticking on you and costing more. So this is a positive change. I think it's still a better change, but still not the change we wanted. I think it should have just cost double, or a ramping cost or something would have been more better. This is just a little bit overcomplicating it, but it's still a buff. So that's definitely some improvement there, at least with the Shadow Cloak, because I do think it was a little bit on the aggressive side. And the toggle is still not great, but at least while you're standing still, it's not going to disable your magicka recovery. So that's quite good news there. And we'll go to the developer comment. It says, with weeks 1 and 2 down, it's quite a long comment as well. We've gathered a ton of feedback to the changes, and the main takeaways is how it's disrupting the new drain and the health recovery penalties are. Magicka recovery. While we wanted to tighten the restrictions on how easy it is to sustain invisibility and create a more lasting penalty after you've used it, our original changes focus purely on translating the existing cost to a toggled one with nothing but more restrictions, leaving a sense of all nerf and no new excitement. We've seen a lot of feedback and how the toggle feels more natural to use. I don't think it's going to be natural in PvP, because a lot of players have said that the toggle is not going to be great and going to be very clunky, but they're saying it feels more natural. I'm not really on board with that, especially when paired with the fact that it naturally turns off the same way as it did before. So when you actually activate an ability, it's going to, disable, so you don't have to manually undisable it. So we're confident in sticking with this new model and shifting our focus more towards the cost and the penalty, try and make them more curated to this new experience. It says initially we was going back and forwards with numerous cost models, tick rates, varying amounts of magicka recovery, arguments to try and find the perfect balance, but something always felt off. We then started sneaking about in the core crouch gameplay that every class has access to, and immediately drew inspiration on how natural the costs and penalties are introduced are. I mean, to be honest, it's overcomplicating this, but crouch comes with heavy penalties too, disabling your stamina recovery completely and rapidly draining your stamina while moving, but also enable more strategic use by turning those penalties and drains off when you're stopped moving, and to take in your surroundings and wait for enemies to pass by. While we haven't gone to the exact same steps of completely removing the penalties, since invisibility is significantly stronger at keeping you hidden than crouch with none of the movement speed restrictions, our hope is that these proper adjustments will make invisibility feel better to engage and strategize around, while still coming with clear costs if you don't. Well, that's quite a mouthful there, isn't it? But to be honest, I just think it's just completely overcomplicated. They just wanted to persist with the toggle. Personally, I still think it's wrong. I don't think it was the best way to go about it. Yes, the shadowy disguise did need a bit of a nerf, a cost increase or a ramping cost, as I've said. But like I said, there's this ability and the shadowy disguise morph now only disable your magic recovery while you're actively moving. So, I mean, if you're not moving, then if you've got reasonable magic recovery, it's going to restore. And this is rather than during the entire time, because previously on the previous patches, obviously, even if you was not moving, it was still draining the magicka and there was no recovery. So at least when you're not moving, you can actually retain some and sort of keep it going. And also it's going to cost half as much as well. So that's, definitely going to put something together for this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What do you think of this change? It's definitely an improvement, but it's still a toggle, but it costs half as much when active and you are stationary. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm definitely going to test this probably tomorrow, hopefully, if I get a chance on the PTS, just to see how better it is. It should be even better to sustain this And also, like I said, if you stop, then obviously you're going to start getting magic recovery. And if you move, you're going to get, it's going to then obviously disable the magical recovery. So it is allowing for a bit more strategic play, but still, I just think it was completely overcomplicated, as you can tell by the size of this developer comment. But there we go. That's what it is, guys. The latest PTS patch notes of Shadow Cloak. They could make further changes, but I doubt you're going to see any more changes to this as it stands. So this is probably how it will pan out with the patch going live. So it's definitely not going to be as punishing. So drop this video a like, guys. As I comment your thoughts, I'll see you in the next video.